Hello, everybody. We are happy, very happy to be back here at Advantere Talks. This is a collaborative initiative created by Advantere um, in order to share all our learnings. And let me remind you what Advantere is. We are at School of Management. We like to say that we are more than a business school because we are not just focusing business, we are also focusing very important topics to us, such as environmental issues, social impact, social justice, self-awareness, working, identifying your purpose, and very important issues to us. Okay, and we wanted to share all our learnings with all of you, with our community. And today we are here with one of our most precious treasures, that is our methodology. In fact, we call our methodology relearning methodology, and it's mainly based in project-based learning. And we are very happy today to have here some of our students and our professors and also our staff who have worked with this methodology and can share their experiences with all of you. So I would introduce now one of our professors, Robert Antonides. He's a professor in the Master in International Management. Hello, Robert. Are you there?
Hi, Begoña. How are you?
I'm more than fine. Thank you so much. Robert, can you tell us something about PBL and your experience as a professor here?
PBL. Okay, that's a really tough one. I think it's a wonderful methodology, and it's very difficult to describe, especially how it gets implemented. So what is PBL? It's tough. It's a lot of work. It's hard work. It requires a lot of responsibility and commitment by everybody, by the student, by the professors, and by the companies that participate. But it's also really motivating. It's rewarding. It's fun. It's stressful. But the learning results are absolutely spectacular. And I think that's what sets us aside when we implement this kind of methodology. So anyway, how does PBL, project-based learning, actually work? Well, it all starts with a challenging question, okay? And the challenging question is a real problem that a real company has, and that a real company has today. We're not going to be studying problems that were solved 10 years ago, 5 years ago or so. As a matter of fact, the projects that the class that's coming in for the 23-24 year, the problems they're going to be faced are going to be problems that companies are facing exactly at the time that they're posing them to the students. So what do you do then? You go to the company, and then executives there will actually explain the issues, the problems that they are facing, the real problems. And wait a second, they're going to tell you stuff about their strategy, marketing, supply chain, all lumped up together. And you're going to be thinking, but what is this? Am I in the strategy class, in the supply chain class, or am I in marketing? Confusing, but that's the real world. The real world is complex. It's multidisciplinary. And to be able to solve problems, you need to understand everything. So you come back, they've given you the problem, and you're going to start working for the solution. And you do it in teams. So you create the project teams. And then you're told that class time is dedicated to project work. And the first thing that comes to your mind is, okay, but how do I learn about the methods, the tools, the content, the theory that I then need to apply? So the answer for that is, well, let's flip the classroom. So the content you get through other sources, videos, podcasts, cases that you might do, articles that you may read. And that's where the really tough responsibility comes in, because the student is going to be having the responsibility to get the basic content through other means, other multimedia. And that's the beauty of today's environment, that we actually have these kinds of tools. the professor is not going to be a talking head that's going to give lectures. Okay. That's a thing of the past. So if the class is flipped, what does the professor have to do? Well, then the professor has to ensure that the content that the student has received is understood, that all the difficulties, the nuances, how you actually apply it, you solve that for the student. And you do that in class. You also work with the project teams to give them guidance in how they actually apply the content, the theory, the tools, the methods that they're going to use to solve the problem that they're facing for the company. And that's the guidance that the professor has to provide. And this is where the background of all our professors at Advantere comes in a very strong way. All our professors not only are great academics, but they have very real world professional experience where they have all held, top executive positions in companies. That's how you can combine the academic with the practical problem solving that the students are going to be needing as they work to solve the problem for the company and the teams. And you're there to make sure that they understand the theory and they can actually apply it to come up with a real solution for the companies. And that's not easy. It requires a lot of commitment and work to do. And then at the very end, you have to present your solution to the company. So you go back to the company premises and you have a group of executives there that are going to be listening to you to see if you can provide some value with your solution. And they will listen, they will give you feedback, and guess what? They're going to evaluate you. They're going to grade you on your solution. So what is the outcome of all of this? I think the outcome is that the learning objectives are permanent. You learn, you work hard, you have fun, you deal with stress, a lot of stress, because it's an environment where you work hard. The team members, they push each other. You also learn how to work with teams. And the learning experience is lasting, much more lasting than if you listen to a lecture. And you become job ready. I think that's the beauty of project-based learning. And that has been the experience last year, and it's going to be the experience in the future, I'm sure. And I think this is the future of learning. Begoña?
Wow. I'm speechless. I'm completely in love with project-based learning. Thank you so much, Robert. I mean, it sounds stressful, it sounds fun, but it sounds the future, as you have said. But thank you so much, Robert. Let's have also hear the experience of the students. Let's see what they think about project-based learning. So I'm going to ask Pablo Mata, if you can share with us your experience, Pablo.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, well, first of all, thank you for this opportunity. My name is Pablo Mata, and I'm a student of the Masters in International Management. I'm from Zaragoza, and I studied business administration there. In my case, I had no professional experience before the master, so you can see the perspective of someone who doesn't have the experience before Advantere. So now, regarding the question of the PBL, the first thing that I would like to say about what have I learned with this methodology applied at Advantere is how lucky or how fortunate we are because we are able to work in such an international environment with international teams. Currently, there are more than 20 different countries in this master. With this diversity, we can learn from different cultures, different perspectives, and we are able to see completely different approaches to the real complex problems that we are working through the entire year. On the other hand, even if my professor Robert already talked about this, I would like to highlight that the projects that we are working, you can see the relevance of the problems proposed by the organizations. You can see that they are real situations that they are having right now within the company. For example, expansion problems, improvement on sustainability or diversity problems, which, by the way, are very present values in Advantere. So the motivation of the students to work for them increase even more. To see when you see that the company are going to take into account our proposals, this makes the result of our work even more professional, and a unique educational experience since it's a non-stop continuous project with different companies that, with any doubt, will raise your knowledge and your career opportunities to a new level thanks to this methodology.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pablo.
Thank you.
Yeah, international teams, more motivation, continuous learning. So thank you. But we are going to have here some international students experience. So I'm going to ask Elian Osorio to join us and share with us your experience about PBL. Hello, Elian.
Hello, Begoña. Hello. My name is Elian Osorio. I'm from Mexico, and during my bachelor's degree, I studied international management in Mexico, and I had the opportunity to make some internships back home and also start my own business with some partners. And I would say that the experience working with the PBL approach is great. I like it a lot because you have the opportunity, as my classmate Pablo said and Robert said, we have the opportunity to work with real companies, with executives of those companies, and get to know with more depth the problems that they have. That as a customer, you don't have that point of view. And to having that opportunity to be really close with those type of executives is really powerful for you, because you have the opportunity to make an impact, a real impact, in not only a scholar project, but also in society through those companies. And I would say that I like a lot one particular thing, that is the agile methodology, that actually when you work in teams, you have the freedom of choosing whatever methodology is adjust more with your team. But you have the freedom of using this type of methodologies. That the agile methodology is one of my favorites, because you get to have like more a process between the problem and the solution that you want to reach. So, and Advantere not only gives us this type of methodologies in order to work in some projects, they also give you the tools in order to solve the problem that you are approaching. For example, one of the main projects that I really liked last semester was working with Inditex, a company, to solve a problem for Zara. That during the class, they gave us all the tools that we needed in order to face that international problem. And every team and every person came up with a different perspective of the problem, because of the international culture inside of Advantere. But every team came up with a different approach, a different solution, and a different perspective, because all of different backgrounds, different nationalities that Advantere has. So I would say that it's really interesting to learn with from other partners, other colleagues inside of those projects. And for me, it has been a great opportunity to get to know different perspectives, different problems inside of different companies, as well as to share time with new friends, new really good friends that I've made here in Advantere, and the perspective that now have, that is so different from my small business that I had like 2 years ago, from now that I'm currently at the end of the master's degree, try to get into my professional career with a different perspective. And I had so much fun and during those projects. And that's a little bit about my experience.
Okay. Elian, thank you so much for your words. And I would stress three of your ideas: work closer with companies, but also with executives, and also the agile methodologies to reach these solutions, and the different perspectives from the whole international team, which in fact is stressful sometimes, but it's also fun while working. And we truly believe here in this concept, fun while working. So thank you so much, Elian. And I would like to ask now Gabriela Mata, one of our students from Master in Talent Management, to share with us your experience. Hello, Gabby. How are you?
Hi, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, sure. Sorry. Yeah, so first of all, my name is Gaby. I am from Guatemala. Um, I currently study Master in Talent Management. I am a person that is really like really people oriented. I really like to connect with people and create relationships with them. And that is why like I really took the opportunity to come here to Madrid to study in Advantere and to share with a lot of people from a lot of cultures, because here is what you find in Advantere, a lot of diversity. And now speaking about PBL, I have really enjoyed doing these projects because it has been a challenge. Each PBL has been a challenge, and it has taught us, or like it has taught me, to work on teams, because since we have different backgrounds, we have like different perspectives, we have different ways of working, but it is just to learn how to work all together to present a project that the company needs. And personally, I have worked on a project this trimester with L'Oreal, and it has been such a wonderful project because the challenge was very interesting. It was about a program they already have, and they wanted to find new ways to communicate it to clients and to employees. So we were able to just explode our creativity, and we were able to give a really successful presentation. So yeah, I really think that each project gives us a different learning, and the good thing is that we can apply what we have learned even in our bachelor's, but also like in the classes from our masters.
Thank you so much, Gabby. So I think that it's very important communication, right? How do you prepare the communication before the presentation in L'Oreal, for instance? How did you manage
What
to
Yeah,
prepare it?
so we were thinking about innovative ways, not just like the normal email, sending an email to people. So we thought about doing dynamics with clients through pop-ups in the website. We're thinking about creating impact stations on the office, that had information about their program, because it was about mental health awareness. So in each impact station, we put information about each symptom through QR codes. I mean, it was all very creative. And yesterday, actually, we presented yesterday, and they were like really happy with the results. And they even said that they were really happy to like apply it like in real life, because it didn't take like money to do it. You can do it with things you have already. So yeah.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much, Gabby. Thank you
Yeah,
so much. And I would like I mean, project-based learning. I'm sure you have seen that it's very, very useful for the faculty, for our students too. But here in Advantere, we, the staff, also have worked in project-based learning. So I have here my colleague, Ellie from the operations office, that I will ask you to share with us your experience as a staff in the working in PBL. Hello, Ellie.
Hi, Bego. Thank you for introduce me. Hello, everyone. I'm really happy to be here with all of you. So I'm Elizabeth. I'm the Office and Operation Manager of the school. I'm in charge a lot of things like purchasing, procurement, some events. So we work, as you know, a multicultural team. We have people from different nationality, and this diversity helps to face daily tasks, because we have a student for more than 22 nationalities. That is a challenge every day. So in context, PBL. What is PBL? So We as a staff, we have the opportunity to participate in different projects with foundations, and we use this methodology. For example, we were working with Creative Foundation past months with projects, and we use this methodology with a group of students, and we help them. We give a challenge, and we give the opportunity to create a project, and we stay with this student with all the journeys from the beginning to the end. And it was a challenge because we have to give feedback, we receive feedback, we learn from them, and it was an amazing experience. We have to go to schools here in Madrid. We have to be there, we have to give some tips using this methodology, and the experience that you feel in there, it's amazing. Sometimes it's hard to describe this, but they create new things. Something that comes to my mind is they create sunglasses to face the inactivity in some people that aren't used to doing workouts. So the final result that you receive when you use this methodology in some group of people, it's amazing. They create new things. You can give feedback. You also learn. You receive feedback too. So here in Advantere, we have this opportunity as a staff, also with the student, to participate with foundations and some enterprise to use this methodology. We work as a mentor too, and it's a unique opportunity. So I will be here if you need me, if you need anything that we can help us. So Vego, thanks. If you need something.
Thanks to you, Ellie. And yeah, because for us it's also very, very important to integrate all this methodology, not just not just for the students, but for the whole Advantere community. So I thank you so much, Ellie. It has been such a joy having all of you, my team, also our faculty, our students, sharing with all of you, our community, this project-based learning methodology. As you have seen, it takes a lot of effort to implement it, but it's worth it. It's completely worth it. The results are there. I must say that the organization's opinion is also quite good. The exposure of our students with these organizations is amazing. And I think, as Robert said, this is the future. So thank you for being here, and we will be back to you with a new episode of Advantere Talks. Meanwhile, you can find us in Advantere. Thank you so much. Bye.